What's going on, everybody? MMA Genius 2 right here. I'm going to be talking about CES MMA and 1FC, the fights that just happened right now, this Saturday. Let's start with CES. I'm just going to be giving you some results and just talking about what I think is awesome. But I mean, CES, when you see shows like CES MMA, you value more of organizations like Strikeforce and UFC because this organization does not have their you know what together, their shit together. It's pretty unprofessional, especially when you're used to seeing like Strikeforce and UFC. But I mean, here you see all these people. Where are we? Okay, John Howard versus this guy Brett. Howard did great. He demolished this guy. If you want to see a good fight, this was the probably my favorite fight. Um, well, I don't know. It's one of my favorite fights on this card. Loazo versus this guy Chris. TKO doctor stoppage by elbow. David Loazo and his elbows were back in this. It was awesome, devastating. You should see this fight to see David Loazo like at his prime. And then we have whoever these guys are, Chandler and Todd. This fight was crazy. This guy comes out with a flying knee, hits the guy, and just starts dropping elbows and punches on this guy Todd. And the referee, that dumbass, is just standing over them looking. Honestly, he landed like 17 or more unanswered shots, and the referee's just looking there like a dumbass. And then we have Dave Batista versus this guy Vince. I tweeted a picture of them having a stare off or whatever, staring at each other at the weigh-in. It looked like a comedy picture. This guy with a $1 million body versus this guy that he's really, really, really out of shape, fat. It just looked like a no match, period. But when the fight started, listen, I'm not talking bad about Batista or anything. I think what he's doing is awesome. He goes, you know what? I'm gonna do this before I get too old to do this. Uh, his first fight, MMA fight, versus this guy that's had over 40. But David Standard was horrendous. No BS. I've seen little kids with better stand up, and I'm not talking crap. That's for real. That's the truth. Watch the fight again, kids. Watch the fight again. But anyway, as soon as he got him to the ground, he finished him. You know, he finished him. But this guy Vince was landing bombs on him. I thought he was gonna get knocked out. He was literally landing bombs on him. But yeah, you know, whatever. Dave even said after the fight he was too nervous, and it showed. And then we move on to 1FC. This, you know what? It's one of the best fight cards of the year, and one of the best fight cards that had the most exciting fights of the year. No lie. If you saw this card, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. You're gonna know. Listen, you might not know who these people are on the list, but the fights were tremendous. Don't take it from me, kids. See it for yourself, kids. Do you understand? Honestly, I don't even know where to start because all these fights were just. Look at this: TKO, KO, TKO, TKO. I mean KO. Technical decision. Jens Pulver versus. See that fight? Even though this was a technical decision, watch that fight. It's Jens Pulver, kids. You know. All these fights superb. I mean, look at this: TKO, TKO, KO, TKO, KO, TKO. Huh? Don't take it from me. Watch the fights yourself. Then we have Shinya Aoki versus this guy, French guy, that's like a Dan Hardy ripoff. And don't take my word for it, kids. Look for yourself. This guy has like the same gum piece, mouth protector, and the same mohawk. Anyway, Aoki just showed why he is on another level than all these other MMA fighters, uh, especially Jiu-Jitsu MMA fighters. I mean, the the fight was like in 10 seconds or 15, he had him on the ground, and I said, "All right, that's he's done. He's done." I mean, you've seen Ronda Rousey and how she gets arm bars and all this other stuff. Hey, she's really good at that. But Aoki, you watch Aoki's fights, and this fight, he had him in a triangle arm bar. He could have broken his arm or choked him out unconscious, and the guy went unconscious. And while he was going unconscious, Aoki was trying to break his arm. Kids, watch that fight. Uh, I'll leave I'll leave it like that. Thank you for watching this commentary and the results, and subscribe. Thank you.